folks, it's Olive Von Topp, burlesque performer and empowerment coach, and I'm just reminding you that you get to choose what your thoughts are. I know that's an oversimplification, but it's pretty true, actually. Just a reminder that you get to make conscious effort into what you think, and that creates what you feel, which creates your actions, which creates your life. So I think so often we really think about our thoughts just being something that happens to us. We have like 6,000 thoughts a day, most of which we're not even aware of. The laundry list of things that you have to do, what your sister-in-law said, what you're doing in your future, did you put that money in the RSP, whatever the thing is that you're thinking about, a million trillion different things. And we just don't actually really pay attention to them. And more so, we have these beliefs, these deeply ingrained beliefs that we've gotten generally from childhood and from our socialization that we kind of take as gospel. We don't often, first of all, recognize that they're the ones often driving the bus in terms of what's creating our actions. These deep-seated negative beliefs about ourselves, like maybe we're not lovable, we're not worthy, people are going to leave us, you're a failure, whatever the thought is, that deep-seated belief. And we don't really take time to notice them, to notice how they're directing our lives, and we don't really take time to criticize or challenge them and know that those are taught beliefs. And if they're taught, they can be untaught or unlearned, right? We learn those through our social interaction, through our families of origin, through the millions of messages we get through the media about what we're supposed to be, what we should be, which can be a great source of discontent for a lot of us, right? This tension between like what we should be, what we think we should be, the expectations, and perhaps what we are or what we desire to be. So we get to choose that. So I use the example, the thought that I sometimes have that I'm aging. I know you couldn't tell. I mean, we're all aging. But sometimes I'll have a thought where I see myself in the mirror and I think, you're old, or you're irrelevant, or you're gross. Maybe it's I've noticed a wrinkle or some like looser skin or something that's maybe different. And then I have the thought, you're old, you're gross, you're irrelevant, you're unattractive. And I can choose to take those as true because I've grown up in a society that has taught me that is true. But it's subjective. It's not true. Lots of people don't believe that. Lots of people believe it, or lots of people don't want to believe it even. They just don't question it. It creates feelings of things like shame or anger, disgust, and people don't want to feel that, obviously. So I get to challenge that thought. I get to be like, whose thought is this? It's not mine. I didn't come up with that. We're born and we die. There's nothing inherently wrong with aging, right? And in lots of cultures, it's not seen as a bad thing, other than our own fear of our own death and mortality. But there's nothing really wrong with it. But we as a society don't have value for it. I'm in North America, so here there's not a lot of value for aging folks, particularly women. A lot of our power is derived from our attractiveness, which is equated to all kinds of things like youth and all other forms of identities, and we don't actually have to subscribe to that. I mean, I get to be like, says who? Whose thought is this? It's society's, it's the beauty industries, it's the patriarchy's, capitalism. Who benefits from it? All those I just named, particularly, beauty industries, etc. And do I want to believe it? And if I don't want to believe it, then I get to choose different thoughts. And that's a whole nother video. I've made videos about that. You can look how to change your thoughts, and I also have a free worksheet to how to work to change your thoughts, but the beginning of which is noticing and then challenging it and then deciding, I don't actually want to subscribe to that. I don't want to be part of this. I get to choose different things. So now, even though those thoughts still come up a lot for me, and I still can sometimes go down that road, I ask myself those questions, and then I say, so what? So what, you're getting older? So what? And then I go on with my day. So that's it. You get to choose your thoughts. Which ones do you want to be thinking?